welcome to my channel. So this week's video is going to be a different video. I know I was supposed to post on Friday, but I didn't because quite frankly it didn't feel right to continue posting a normal video with what is going on in the world with George Floyd and the murder that we all witnessed that was filmed. I feel there are no words to describe how I feel about this. Like, that is the truth. I feel disgusted, hurt, like sad, angry, but all of those words still don't feel quite right to sum up the actual feelings that are going on inside of me. To witness the murder of a black man, to watch a white police officer whose job it is to protect and serve place his knee on the neck of George Floyd and hold it there until there was no more air going into his lungs. For him to know that he was being filmed and yet that still didn't matter, because that to me shows the complete lack of regard that he had for that man's life. That he didn't even think, wait, I'm being filmed, because he knew that in this world we live in, black lives matter less than other lives. He knew that. And that's why he thought he could do what he did and get away with it. Life, the world cannot continue going on as normal after this has happened. There has to be a stop. There has to be a pause. We have to come together as people, black, white, Asian, all of us, to say this is not okay. We will no longer stand for this. Enough is enough. We've got to be prepared to put ourselves out there. We've got to be prepared. Listen, this isn't just an American problem. This is a UK problem. This is a worldwide problem. As a black woman, I know what I have experienced growing up in the UK. And I'm not just talking about being called out of my name with the N-word and other racial slurs. No, I'm talking about the small things that seem small, that make you question yourself and think, am I paranoid? The little things like being pulled over by the police for no reason. The things like being followed around in a shop by a security guard for no reason. The things like walking into a shop with my 7 and 5-year-old son and knowing that they did not want us in there because of the colour of our skin. Those instances that I have experienced in this country just show that racism is still very, very, very present. And there have been murders of black people in this country as well. Let's not forget that. And I think that now is the time that we need to come together. We need to be empowered. We need to know that we have a voice and we don't have to stand for this. And I don't know what this video is going to do. And, you know, but I feel like I can't not speak out about it. I can't not say something, express how I feel, say that this is not okay. You know, in the words of Desmond Tutu, and I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember exactly how he says it, but it goes something like this. It says that if you stay neutral in the instances of social injustice, then you are on the side of the oppressor. So where do you stand? There are some of you that are too scared to even post about this because you don't want to upset your white friends. You know, there are some of you that think you can just turn a blind eye, that this is not your problem. And, you know, until everybody, not just black people, everybody stands up and says this is not okay, there's not going to be a change. There should be a worldwide outcry at what has happened to George Floyd. Like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even have the words, but I want us to feel empowered to speak out. I want this to be a moment for us to know that, you know what, we no longer have to accept being treated like, we no longer have to accept racism. It's not okay to be made to feel like you are inferior. It's not okay to be made to feel that you can't be your true self for fear of intimidating people, for fear of coming across as an angry black woman or having too much attitude. These things are not okay. And until we start speaking up and realizing that there is power in collectiveness, there is power in all of us coming together. Because if we make enough noise about this, if we don't back down, like sign those petitions, donate to the funds, do everything that you've got to do to make that loud outcry. Like, pour out your heart and say, this is not okay. Let's not let George Floyd's death be in vain. Let's not allow that. Let this be the moment when change happened. And this seems like such big and maybe idealistic words, but I have to have hope. I have to believe that things will get better. I have 2 children, 2 young black boys, and I have to believe that this world will be a place that can become better. Because when we lose hope, what else is there? We have to have hope. And so, as much as I am angry and I am sad and I'm crying out, I am also hopeful that things can change, and I have to believe that. So that's all I got to say for this week. That's all I got to say. You know, my hope, my prayers, my thoughts go to the family of George Floyd. I just pray for God's healing upon them. I pray that they find peace. I pray for justice on the police officers that were involved in his murder. I pray that they be brought to justice and that they be trialed for the murder of George Floyd. That is what I pray. And I pray that we as a people just come together and, you know, be the change. In the words of Gandhi, like, be the change that we want to see in the world. That is literally it. Be the change. And don't think that this isn't your problem because maybe you're not black or you don't live in America, or for whatever reason. This is a problem for humanity. This is a problem for everybody. So that's all I have to say this week. God bless you, and I'll be back next week Friday with a video for you.